welcome to another episode of Real Conversations. I'm your host, Nicole Jones,
And I'm Kwana Terry.
and we would like to thank you guys for joining us here tonight at Real Conversations. Hey, girl, wait, hold up. I know you guys all noticed. Kwana look a little different this week.
Yes,
Girl, I'm
girl.
loving your haircut. You look
Thank you so much.
amazing.
Thank you so much. I had to trim the fat, if you will, right? Cutting people, places, and my hair off things that don't serve me. And it feels so good. I feel so free in a lot of ways. But yeah, I love it. I went back to my 18-year-old
25-year-old
Kwana.
King.
I remember
She
I
look
was
like she's
actually
25.
I think my first haircut was when I was 18, remember? And I cut it down so low and I all I could do was like gel it down and go. So this is kind of that, but now, I have some hair at the top. But I just felt like I needed a change and you know me, like I will cut my hair in a heartbeat, just so that I could have a change. You know what happens when a woman cuts her hair? She ready. She is ready. So yeah,
I
but
just
thank
want to
you.
I just want to say something about her haircut, okay? She mentioned when she was 18 years old, she cut her hair off, right? She cut her hair off. She had a lot of hair, okay? So I cut my hair. My mother came and she cut her hair shorter than mine.
Hmm.
Kwana cut her hair shorter than both of us.
Yeah. Yep.
It was like, what?
Yeah.
This girl
My
cut
man was so
she's like
mad.
those little, those little bumpers that you can bump your head. That's how her hair looked. The
Yeah.
the one when you put the little gel on and your stuff was all nice and sleek. That
Yep.
was the haircut that she had.
And
But
I
it
still
looked
have that
good on
picture
her.
that I took. I still have that picture that I took at Sears. Remember we used to go to Sears
I
to get
have it.
pictures? I still have that picture, and it's a constant reminder too. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, who's that girl? It's so funny when I look back at that. But yeah, thank you so much. I love me a good short do, and it'll serve its purpose. Over the coming years. So I think I'll probably keep it for a few. So yeah, I'll keep it short for a
Yes.
little while.
Because as we
But
all know, hair is hair.
absolutely,
We always say it always grows back. So
absolutely, it
she looks
does.
amazing. And I would like for all you guys to give my co-host a nice round of applause for that nice hairdo that she got. Look, her
uh,
face looks slim, her physique, like she looked like she reversed, her age.
Look,
She's
I got that
25
Benjamin
again.
button. No.
25 all over again.
Yeah, it feels
Good for
good. It
you.
feels good. Thank you so much, cuz I really
You're
appreciate it,
welcome.
Nicole. But you know what? You're looking wonderful over there. I told you the locks, all they
Thank
fit
you.
you. It seems like they were made for you, right?
Oh,
So
thank
you were made
you.
for locks. So, they look really well. They suit your face very well. So
I
yeah.
appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. Well, what are we talking about today, child? I'll let you start, Nicole. She like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
She caught me off guard with that one. But what we can talk about are these gas prices.
Oh,
What's going on
child.
with these gas prices and why are there so much? Like, I don't understand.
I
I don't
mean,
understand. I understand we're going through a war right now. I do understand that, the oil that we get to gas up our vehicles are not here, but it's just like, did we really need to go here? Look, 93. A lot of us use 93, right? I haven't used 93 in a minute, but that's ridiculous.
93. Yeah, that $5 is bananas, but it's about the same because from 93 here in Pennsylvania, where I am, I paid $4.29 for 93. And it hasn't been like that in a very long time. But again, there's the war in Iran, and now the oil supply is shortened, so that right there causes the so being at there's like it's supply and demand, right? If it's not available, they have to raise the prices in order to make it readily available. It's just crazy.
Let
But
me ask
that's
you a
just what
question.
happens.
You said in Pennsylvania, your 93 is 429.
Correct. That's in where I am in Pennsylvania. Because sometimes, if I go to Philly, it's probably $5. It's a city. I'm in a rural
Okay.
area, so it's a little bit more reasonable. The highest I've seen 93 in this area will be closer to like the boroughs in here in the Poconos, and it was like
Hmm.
459. But
That's
I got
crazy.
my gas at BJ's, child. Cause what?
Okay.
Let me get that membership price.
Yeah, okay. So this is a BP gas station where I took this picture, and I'm in the state of Georgia, guys. And to just hear her say that 93 is 450, let's say 450, right? Um Here it says $5.59. Like, that's ridiculous. In the
Listen,
South,
in New York, it's probably like almost $6, right?
probably. And that would
And
be the highest because in New York, I've seen it get almost to 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. You hear me?
5 o'clock somewhere, child.
I've seen it get to almost $5, but I've never paid $5 for gas in New York, and I was using 93 at the time. So, um, but
Yeah.
here in Georgia, and this is at BP gas station. I can't tell you what it is anywhere else, but I just thought when I seen this when I gassed up. This was the price on Saturday when I gassed up.
Yeah.
So
Um, and if you're looking at the prices, right? It's like the regular is $3.45, and then what is that? The silver was at 89. It's 80 cents more than the
yeah,
regular, and then the ultimate, the 93, is a dollar, almost what is it, $1.50 more
almost, yeah,
than $1.60
yeah.
more. It's like eek, but you know what? Ain't nothing we could do. We just gotta, roll with it
I really
until
feel bad.
hopefully.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I really feel bad for people who drive long distance to get to work
Yeah,
because you're the one using more of your gas to get to and
that's
from,
true.
and that's crazy.
That is very true. A lot of people out here that are like that, but there's some people that I do know who have electric vehicles. So they charge at home, and then, they take they drive to work, and then, charge on the way back. My friend just recently purchased a Tesla, and he's
Mm.
like, listen, he tried to sell me on that thing. You would benefit from this because you don't go anywhere. I said, don't come for me. Okay. I
Someone
do
said
go
that to me
places.
about the Tesla. Talk about
um,
in regards to because the Tesla has cameras all around the car.
yeah,
So
I mean,
yeah,
yeah. Um, yeah, that would have been good for you for your situation that happened
yeah.
a couple weeks ago. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be what it is. I still prefer a gas vehicle over an electric vehicle,
Me
hands
too.
down.
Me too.
But hopefully the gas prices stabilize soon. And this is actually on the heels. Usually gas goes up during like spring break, during the summer. I think they do that on purpose because people are traveling and get more money, right? That's how I
Yeah.
feel. And I feel like that's how it's always been. Like during the summer months, here, up north, the gas prices skyrocket.
Yeah.
But in this case, it may just be because of the war and the shortage in the oil supplies, and actually
Hmm.
getting the oil from that region, because there's certain places that we're no longer allowed to go,
Right.
right, because of what's happening in the Middle East. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense. The gas prices make sense, so just hold on. Don't break open your piggy bank yet. Just hold on. Hopefully it stabilizes soon. So yeah. Oh my goodness. So child, it's a lot going on out here in these streets, but um Spring has sprung. Happy New Year to those who know. Who know. Happy New Year. Spring has sprung. And in my case, the bears are out. And that means lock down your garbage, hide your kids, hide your wife, okay? I can't I can't take it. You know, they're always in my trash. And I have been doing really good over recent years, not having the bears rummage through my trash,
Hmm.
excuse me, because I bring it out in the morning. But there are a few times where me, it's just me. I've missed the trash and they come dumb early. And that's a New York thing, my bad. They come dumb early. Or we say we come mad early.
Matter.
They come really, let me just come on, Kwana, get it right. They come very early in the morning. And sometimes I oversleep and then I'm running up the driveway with my trash like Bow Wow in roll bounds, okay? And and it's so funny because one time I was running up and the garbage man waved at me, sir. And he waved, but then he
No,
was
he
like,
wrong.
he waved and was like this, and I was like, okay, so I know that means, because he was already almost past my house.
Hmm.
He was past my house, and there's no other house until like the corner.
Right.
So he did like this, he did like this because he goes and he comes around and goes to the other side. So I had to
Okay.
bring my trash to the other side, and one morning I was missing it so frequently, and he was like, I knew you were gonna come out. And he was like, I knew you were gonna come out and because you missing the trash. I was like, oh my gosh. I said, I cannot. I said, what's going on? So it's like a running joke for him and I when he sees me running up the driveway, and he just be like, and I'll go across the street. It's the funniest thing. But girl, the bears, like they have no respect for your trash. And you wake up, I try not to put it out at night because that's when they come out, right? So
Hmm.
I try to put it out in the morning, but because I've had a few instances where you wake up in the morning, trash everywhere. Now you got to clean up the trash, and then you've also missed the garbage people because they can't pick up the trash. The trash is on the ground, right? So now it's just a lot. So guys, if you have bears in your neighborhood, put some bleach, put some ammonia, pine, something like that around the trash. Put it all over to kind of so they won't smell the trash. As it's sitting out overnight. But the summertime is the worst time. Oh my gosh.
Got
Let
my
Nicole.
church finger up.
Nicole.
I just gotta say something about the bears near Quana's house. Okay, so I was dropping my daughter off at school, and the first stop I'm gonna make on the way back to New York is Quana's house. So she made sure, to make sure everything was exactly the way it's supposed to be for me. But how am I gonna get from my car to her front door
Oh
with
my
no
god.
floodlights? I'm like, where the lights? Where the lights at? I was not trying to get out of my car, not knowing if there was a bear present, So I'm like, oh my goodness. And Quana and her girls was not even trying to answer the phone for me, okay? And in their defense,
Not.
it was like around like three something in the morning when I arrived.
I was gonna say we were not.
But I gave up. I jumped out, put my trunk open, got my bag, closed that sucker, and ran to her front door. I was like, please, God, please let there not be no bears.
And it's not as scary as you would think, but those people who live in the city, they have anxiety, child, when it comes to coming up here. And especially since there are no street lights or anything like that, it's even more so scary. I'm
Pitch
used
black.
to it. I've been here for a very long time, almost 20 years. So I'm used to it. But
And I love it. I love it.
yeah.
It's like a Disney movie when you go up there, okay?
Yeah, I love it. But child, it can be a little bit much, especially in the winter time. But I love it nonetheless. Nicole, you made it in the house. That's all that matters. But did you die though? No.
I didn't.
You didn't. So you made it. You were good anyway. All right. So, oh my goodness. So, talk about anxiety. Let's talk about it. Talking about our relationship anxiety. Nicole, segue into that for us.
Have you ever been in a relationship that feels right, but your mind won't let you enjoy it? You overthink texts, question intentions, and feel losing something that hasn't even gone wrong. Today we're talking about relationship anxiety and and how how to stop letting fear control your love life.
Mm. Fear controlling your love life. Wow. That
Yeah.
is that is something that a lot of people deal with. Um that one of the ways that it controls our love life is more so, when you said something in your opening about, like, almost like the fear of that person leaving you, like a fear of excuse me, abandonment. Girl, get your
Yeah.
words out. Fear of it, of abandonment, right?
Hmm.
Always in constant fear that the other partner is going to leave for some reason or the other, right? Or even um mm, starting arguments, like self-sabotaging, right, because of past traumas that you may have had, that may lead you to believe that that person is going to leave you,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Excuse me, let me just charge this up really quickly. So it's
I
how do
can
you overcome that, Nicole?
so I can actually speak about that personally because I've been in that place where
Mm.
I've been, and I would say that it's you're broken. You feel broken because you've gone through so much trauma in your life and previous relationships that it causes you to look at your new relationship and see the you how can I word this? It's like you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop,
Mm.
basically. Like you sit up there and you're constantly like overthinking, like the text that are coming in, like the tone that it's in. If there's like time gaps, you're doing all of that, and you're calling yourself to go and have an anxiety about the situation.
Yeah.
And it's not a good place to be. Obviously I've grown from that. I've taught myself, and that's what it is. Like, you have to, it's not about getting into another relationship. You literally need to heal yourself before you go down that path. Because you don't need to bring someone else into that until you're completely, done with what needs to be done with.
That's true. Like, that falls in line with, like, needing constant reassurance that that person is
Yes.
for you, right? Or even when, and I wrote some things down, when you try to people please, right?
Mm, that's the
um
worst.
because you're so scared that that person's going to leave you, or you have doubts about and anxiety about the feelings that they have for you, so that you then put their needs and wants over your desires, over
Hmm.
your needs, right, over
Yeah.
your wants and your beliefs. And it becomes something that is so one-sided, right? Because now you're almost, I hate to use this, but it's true in a way. It's almost like you're living for that person as opposed to living for yourself. And it becomes a constant tug of war between what's right for you and what's
Mhm.
not. And then that is a bit taxing on the other person's emotions as well,
Mm-hmm.
because they're like, all I'm trying to do is love you. Like I'm all I'm trying to do is love you, and you won't let me.
Mm-hmm.
And and then it just becomes so much. The relationship now becomes a task. It becomes a chore, and it's just not. It's not the way it's supposed to be. So again, like, how do we overcome these certain anxieties so that the relationship flourishes instead of fails? So one thing that you can do is practice mindfulness.
Mm.
And what I mean by that is stay in the now. You don't know what's going to happen in 2 years or in 3 years, and you should even worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. um, you got to let tomorrow worry about itself. So what
Yes.
you want to do is stay in the now, and not just staying in the now with your partner, but staying in now for you, with your own self. So it's when you feel your mind going to a place that may not be, you're like, okay, what's going to happen in the future? No, what you know what? We don't care about the future. All we care about is right now. And sometimes you got to talk yourself through that process. Trust me, I know. You have to talk yourself through that process, so that you can make some sense of it, and then also having a conversation with your partner about what you're thinking about, and trying to get reassurance that way, to make sure that, hey, you both are on the same page at this very moment. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but right now we're both on the same page. So that's one way you can overcome it. Nicole, you have anything else?
To overcome it,
Yeah.
you actually hit it on the nail. You can before reacting to something that you hear, like, pause for a second. Uh, so that way, you whatever however you're gonna react to when you react to something, when you're communicating with your partner, you need to be able to actually hear what they actually said, not
Right.
not partially. You know what I mean? Like, people always listen to respond. You got to listen to what's actually being said. Communicate clearly, um, and build your self worth. You know, like, your value is based on your value isn't based on someone else's response time, you know, to you.
Yeah. Oh, that was good, Nicole.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so true. And also trying to figure out why you feel that way, right? There's certain things that trigger us, and we don't know why.
Hmm.
Why do we feel abandoned? Why do we feel a sense of loneliness? Why do we feel that way? Is it because of something that may have happened in our childhood that we haven't dealt with? Sometimes that's where that comes from. Either a past trauma, or just something like, again, with our childhood, that we're like, okay, I I don't want to feel alone, and I don't want to feel abandoned because I felt this at this time. And figuring out the source of that will
Hmm.
help you in a lot of ways. And that's just not in romantic relationships, but also in your platonic relationships. It'll
Right.
help you um get to the root of the issue, get the root of the reason why you're feeling the way that you feel. And then that you can go on a healing journey to um, help with that situation. And then that makes your next relationship something that will be worthwhile, and one that you'll be able to flourish in, because you can't flourish in a relationship that you're taking your baggage, you're bringing your baggage from the past into. You can't flourish in a present relationship with that. So
And so, you guys have to, like, really understand what a healthy relationship looks like. It's safe. It's not confusing. Your partner will not confuse you in a healthy relationship. It's consistent, not chaotic. It's peaceful, not emotionally exhausting. They do not drain you. Okay. Um, Love shouldn't feel like a guessing game. It should feel like a safe place. Place. Sorry. So
Yeah. And anything that costs you your peace is too expensive. Leave it
ooh,
right where it stands.
absolutely.
So I hope that we have given you some tips on how to overcome anxiety, relationship anxiety. Nicole, do you have anything else that you can add to this?
Yes. So I can say healing relationship anxiety isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming aware. The right person won't feed your anxiety, but it is your job to not let it control you. You deserve a love that feels calm, secure, and real.
Okay, as you what she said, you deserve a love that feels calm and secure. I think I'm
And
missing a
real.
word. And
Calm,
real.
secure, and real. Yes.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And that's what God wants for everybody, for all of us. It's just not for one person. Okay, that is for everyone. He wants you to live life and live it abundantly, and that
Hmm.
abundant life includes everything. It includes your love, it includes your finances, it includes any relationship that you may have with
Hmm.
anyone. It includes all of those things. So when you don't have those things, it is hard to live the life that God has called you to live. So make sure you're working on yourself. Again, identifying the triggers that cause the anxiety. Work on those, especially if you're honest with yourself. You will pick up different triggers or different moments in your lives where there was an issue, where you felt away, and then work through that, and then try to continue to work through it so that your next relationship can flourish and be
Hmm.
the relationship that God wants you to be in. So that is the first step in diffusing the anxiety. The other thing is being honest with yourself, because yes, we want love. Yes, we want relationships to work, but sometimes there's some relationships that are just not meant for us. And we have to be okay with severing the ties with those people and those things that do not serve us any longer. So being honest with yourself and realizing that certain people just don't work for you. And that's okay. God will send someone else in that would be your yin to your yang, your Ruth to your Boaz, all that, your Boaz to your Ruth, whatever it is. He will send someone in just for you, because they're people that are just made just for us. So,
That
yeah.
part.
Yeah. So we hope that you enjoyed today's show. We hope that we provided you with some additional tips and tricks that you can utilize to flourish in your relationships and overcome relationship anxiety. Again, my name is Kwana Terry,
And I'm Nicole Jones.
and you can find Real Conversation every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube at real_convos_podcast. And you can also find us on Facebook.
At Real Conversation.
All right. Well, we thank you all so much for watching, and God bless.